Are you someone that's just passionate about trading? You haven't really dived deep into it and you haven't got started yet, but you know it's something that you can do, something that you want to do, something that you thrive to do, because you just maybe burnt out doing something else in your life and you're looking for, that new door to open up, a new venture to get into or step into, something that's going to give you a refreshing feeling. Well, I want to talk about that today, about how you can actually get started trading or day trading, regardless of the market. It doesn't matter the security or asset class that you actually are interested in trading. And I want to talk about some things that helped me along the way, that I wish I probably would have known a little bit quicker or sooner than I did. But I wanted to also, kind of give some tips or advice to those who are watching this who are interested in starting to day trade, or get into it and just don't have an idea where to actually start at. So let's talk about that. Sit back, watch the intro, and we'll dive right into the video. Okay, guys, so you all know that when I first started trading, it took me 2 years to really start for the light to actually shine, for me to actually see the light, a small little glimmer of light at the end of the tunnel. It took time, and it wasn't easy for me. It was a hard course. And the reason why is because I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have someone that I actually could turn to in my corner that could kind of show me the ropes and show me along the way. It was difficult. It was extremely difficult. And at the time, I was working full-time just as well. So, but I knew it was something in my heart that I really wanted to do because I was looking for an outlet. I was looking for a way out, something that, to where I could become my own boss, make my own hours, but would also allow me at some point in life to be able to have financial freedom. That's what we all seek for. That's what we should all be seeking for, is it means to be able to not carry on the load of having debt on our back, being able to pay things off and being able to enjoy the fruits of our labor and the luxury that life has to afford. Because we want to get one shot at this thing in life, right? We want to get one shot, and we have to make the best of it while we're here and make the best and try to be as happy and as prosperous as possible, even though we live in a world that, those hurdles our way, puts roadblocks up, just makes it difficult sometimes because, just the nature of people in general sometimes, not everyone, people are envious and jealous of others and what they have, which I can never understand that, because if you are someone that like that, then you look at yourself in the mirror and try to figure out what you can do with your life to turn your life around to become a better person. Because that's what I'm trying to do here on this channel, is just to provide the information. I am not an expert, guys. I am not a professional when it comes to someone that has all the information about the trading markets, each particular trading market, whatever the case is. I started trading one market and I've been trading it since day one. Well, I should say this: I started trading the future markets, okay, which is a type of security or asset class that you can actually trade. There's stocks and there's options and there's forex and there's so many other things that you can, and commodities and so many other things you can actually trade. But I just chose the future markets because someone introduced me to me, showed me, or implanted the idea in my head, and I ran with it. So from the beginning, I didn't have someone to kind of hold my hand and show me the ropes, each and every step, and things I should do from point A to point B. So I had to learn what the future markets were about, research it. So I spent lots of hours. I know you guys have heard this information before, but for anyone who's watching this for the first time, I'm saying this because I want to see people be able to, people always ask, is there any shortcuts? Is there any way I can kind of circumvent the system? I'd say no. Shortcuts, there are things that I can say to you, which I'm going to give you some advice here that will help you along the way and put you in a faster track than what happened for me. Because again, I think the biggest thing that people need to understand that will really help you out and kind of push you forward at a faster track is if you had someone in your corner that can show you the way. And sometimes that comes with a cost. It just depends. Some people get it for free. So here's the first tip, okay? Or here's the first piece of advice I want to say. First, before you even start doing any research, before you start digging deep into things. Now, I'm not saying kind of skim the surface. The idea may be there. You know, someone may have shown you a little bit about trading or what trading is about, or saying, or told you that, hey, I can make $5,000 a day, or you can make, you know, $1,500 a day. Here's how I made $5,000 today, whatever the case is. And it excites you. It does. But there's one thing that all traders and all people need to understand. And here's the number one that I have on my list when it comes to pieces of advice. You have to understand this. Trading is very, very, very risky, okay? It is comes with a lot of risk. And that risk means that, what am I talking about? I'm talking about money, okay? We need money to survive, right? We need money to make it daily. We need money to take care of our health. We need money to pay our bills. We just need money to put clothes on our back, food on the table. We need money, okay? We have to be able to, and that's why from such a small age through the growth development process, we start to become educated, wiser, to where we can, obtain something in life, meaning being able to get a great paying job or start our own company or business, whatever the case is, that allows us to be able to make it in this world. We got to have a roof over our heads, right? So you got to ask yourself first. Ask yourself, are you comfortable with taking on major risk? Not a little risk, major risk. Because when we are trading, we are either trading with someone else's money or you were trading with your own capital. For me, I traded with my own capital, you know. I know there's prop firms today they are more known today than they have ever been. So a lot of people kind of turn to the prop firms. I'm not bashing any of them. I don't know which one is better than the other, so please don't ask me that. I don't know. I haven't done the research, and I'm not going to do the research because I've been trading with day one my own capital and been since. But that was been 10 plus years ago. So you got to think about it. It's like I built an account size up, and it took blood, sweat, and tears for me to get there. Okay, so I'm comfortable with my trading my own capital now. Nothing wrong with going out there and maybe trading a funded account that you may, someone else may allow you or give you some capital to trade with, and you can make money that way. Whatever the case is, how much I don't know. That depends on the person. But yes, first you have to ask yourself, are you comfortable with the risk of possibly losing money? Okay, a lot of risks come with this. Okay, and I said this before. Most of all, problems or things that stand in people's way. Understand this. As people, we stand in our own ways. So we have to. The biggest thing to be able to become great at something or become better is to be able to look at our own self in the mirror and figuring things out that may be affecting us from getting from point A to point B or starting something, creating a business, whatever the case is. Same thing with trading. We stand in our own way, and all of it, most of it, over 90% of it is psychology, related, whatever the case is. It's mental awareness, being able to do away with the bad mojo, if you want to call it like that, or controlling our own emotions or whatever the case is. So we all, kind of deal with certain things that we're not perfect. We are people. We're human. No one's better than the next. And we have to understand who we are and being able to, when it comes to work with other people, work with ourselves. I know I get kind of sidetracked sometimes, guys, because I like to bring in top personal things in about us as people, as humans, that just what I see on a daily basis. We are all different, and that's the beauty about it. Everything around us is different. You look at outside and you see things growing. A tree here is beautiful, and a tree over there looks completely different. Or a car driving down the road that's that may catch your eye, and something else catch your eye. That's just the beauty of life, and I think that's just the way things were meant to be. But anyways, getting back to what I was actually saying is that we as people, we have to be able to understand who we are, and once you grasp that, you will figure out what you're meant to be in life, what your destiny or what you're destined to be in life. And for me, I love the trade, so I knew that I would have to figure out, control the psychological pieces. You read books on trading psychology, and there's a lot of different psychological facts or psychological what am I trying to say? Psychological elements that we must be able to control and do away with, whatever the case is, that will allow us to become a great trader. So yes, risk is a major thing when it comes to trading, and not just trading, but everything else in life. You have to know how to be able to take risk if you want to be. You got to be a risk taker if you want to be successful in life. And I'm not saying you have to go out here and start a business, whatever the case is, but put your best foot forward. Take the leap of faith. In everything you do in life, sometimes we have to take a little bit of risk, because without risk, the reward doesn't follow. We don't get the reward. So how the old saying goes, with risk comes great reward, and that is so true. So I'm not a risk taker when it comes to throwing all my cards out on the table and risking it all, throwing all my chips out on the table. That's not me. I'd like to take gradual steps or small amounts of risk, whatever the case is. Again, because I'm analytical and I kind of, I research and do my homework, and I will take risks to a certain limit, but it comes in small increment amounts, measurable amounts, and I'm just not going to go out there and lay it all out on the table. That's just not how I am. Number 2, let's move on. Learn about the security or asset class that you're actually interested in trading, okay? Which I did from the beginning. I dived deep into it, and that's the only way to be able to try to figure out which one you want to trade, which, stocks do you want to trade? You want to trade stocks? Do you want to trade Forex? Do you want to trade, options? Even in futures, there's so many different asset classes just in futures alone that you can actually trade. So you have to understand and figure out which one is you want to trade. And a lot of times it all boils down to capital, because each asset class requires a certain margin amount to be able to, trade it. So you have to have a certain amount of money to be able to trade, any particular asset class. So, but some people prefer certain, asset classes over others, or others, certain securities, whatever the case is. You have to just determine which one you want to actually trade. I was introduced to the future markets, and I had always had an interest, because even before I started trading, everybody knew what the Nasdaq was, or the S&P 500, or the Dow was. You hear that, the major tickers in the in the markets, whatever the case is, on the New York Stock Exchange, things like that. You watch the news, all these financial news media outlets, whatever the case is, they're talking about the Nasdaq or what the Dow did today or what the S&P 500 did today. So, and each one of those indices or indexes are made up of what a certain amount of companies that fall within each one of those indexes or indices or whatever the case is. So it could be the Nasdaq, which is mostly your technology-based companies and so forth, whatever. But anyways, I like to trade the S&P 500. It's just something that I was I don't know, I was introduced to, and I know other individuals who actually trade the S&P 500. So when we kind of sit around and talk, we're talking primarily about the markets in general, but we talk about us trading the future markets or whatever the case is, and most of us trade the ES. But if you're a new trader, I really say to start off by trading the MES. Back when I first started trading, it wasn't with my broker, definitely, and I don't even think it was. There was no such thing as the mini markets, or I should say the mini markets. The mini, not mini. I'm sorry, the micro. Not mini. I trade the E-minis. The micro ES or the micro Nasdaq, and but yeah, you have the opportunity today to trade the micro units, which gives you a scaled down approach to be able to still, as a small time trader, someone starting out, to be able to build a small account. So if you're a new trader, I highly recommend starting off trading the micros, and then stepping your way up to the minis, and maybe trading some other asset classes. But let's move on. Do you have a legit mentor or friend that has experience with trading in the markets? Okay, that's extremely important, because this is the piece I'm talking about right here. Probably a great piece of advice that will help you, because some people feel like they need to be in the fast track or put it in 5th gear and keep moving, and maybe even 6th gear, and want to learn quicker, whatever the case is. I said this before, we all learn at different paces in life. So if you have someone in your pocket, if you have someone in your corner, if you know someone that's a great mentor and someone that has turned you on to someone's trading course or training class, and they're successful themselves. And that's the thing. You want to see the proof in the pudding before you jump into doing something, right? So you have to, the only way to get there is really knowing someone that, or and it's not just someone, maybe it's just, many people or several people that that have taken a certain trading course from a mentor, or whatever the case is, someone that has extreme experience in the markets and can show you it. That mentor may trade certain markets themselves, whatever the case is, and it may be the markets that you're interested in. So they may have a great trading course. Nothing wrong with that. I do know. I mean, most times mentors are going to come with a fee. Are they worth it? I would say yes. I didn't go that route. I guess I was kind of more of a knucklehead in a sense. I kind of took the hard approach. I just didn't have I didn't want to waste money in a sense. Maybe it's not waste, but I shouldn't use that word. Spend money. And because I know sometimes those things can be very expensive. You can look at, even go online, it is hard. I know it's hard. People try or may come and say, do you know any great mentors? No, guys, I don't know any great mentors. I know there's some solid traders out there. You have to spend your own time researching and figuring things out. Probably a lot of them just on YouTube alone. You have to research, but you're going to have to really weed them out and figure out which ones may work for you, whatever the case is. I know people probably spent hundreds and thousands of dollars trying to weed through or figure out, a solid mentor. But there's some out there, I'm sure that, I know there probably are. But the best thing to do is, if you have someone that's taken the trading course already, or maybe reach out through some of these trading forums or Discord communities or whatever the case is, to see if fellow traders, maybe even on our community, on our Discord community, ask some fellow traders, do they know anyone that offers any type of mentor classes or mentor programs or trading programs. I don't have a trading program. I'm not a mentor. I'm just basically sharing the information and the knowledge that I know over 10 years of trading, and because I'm self-taught, so and I'm giving away for my information for free. I just believe for me, I said this from the beginning. This has been a way and a journey for me to be able to give back to individuals, to help people out, and it's for free. That's why I don't charge it, a fee, because I don't have the time to sit here and mentor and really train people one-on-one. Some people may have a platform or a group environment that they're able to do so, but I know those things may come with a fee. So if you're not scared or not worried about paying a certain fee, and you have that money to be able to do so, to pay for someone's trading course, maybe ask around and see if you can find a great mentor, maybe other traders that are trading the same asset class you're trading, and say, hey, do you know anyone that or just in general, it could be the future markets in general, that a great mentor that offers a program or a trading course that will allow or show me the ropes, But I will say this, I was self-taught. I read many books. I spent lots of time watching tons of hundreds of hours of videos online. But I say this, and I'm not taking it too lightly, because it's extremely important. If you want to be well on your way to trading, I will say this, and becoming and self-taught in a way, guys, what you really need to understand more than anything is understand how to read the market, and that's market structure, market development, market structure, understanding, being able to read what the market has historically done, what it's leading up to do, and what it's possibly going to do. But the biggest thing also is being able to follow price movement, follow price action. So market structure and price action. Conquer those two things. Get some books. Follow some videos. Maybe some audiobooks, whatever the case is. But I don't really, I kind of shy. I don't really like talking about audio material, because the fact is like, trading is more visual than anything. So being able to see, even reading the books, you're reading, but there's so many visual representations or images of what the author maybe has printed on the inside of the book, showing examples. So that's very important, as well as videos or whatever the case is. So market structure and price action. Let's move on. So I already talked about, ask yourself, are you comfortable with the risk of trading? Now, I've already talked about, determining and really seeking or finding interest in which security or asset class you're interested in trading, and talked about, do you have a legit mentor? But also I want to say, if you got a great friend that trades, hey, that's the way to go. If you have someone that is already profitable and they do it full time and they're making money and they are a friend of yours or a friend of somebody's, that's a golden opportunity because you may be able to get that information for free. You know, hey, who doesn't like a freebie? You know, being able someone to be able to help you and doesn't cost you anything. So you may have to get back in some way, maybe owing somebody a dinner or taking them to lunch or buying them a cup of coffee here and there. But hey, you know, it's better than paying hundreds of dollars and thousands of dollars for a trading course, I'll tell you that. And let's see, moving on. Let's see, the next thing I want to actually talk about, train or learn how to trade correctly. That goes back to what I was just saying before, giving that piece of advice about understanding, first and foremost, how to read the markets, meaning market structure, understand market structure and reading price action. But, you know, you have to be able to do that. That's probably the most imperative thing. Because if you cannot read what's going on in your charts, if you can't follow what's going on in your charts, if you can't understand what the market makers are trying to do, what the banks, the institutions are seeking to do on a daily basis, because it's them that drive the markets. You guys probably have heard marketing or advertisement that always says, if traders only knew what goes on behind closed doors, okay? What that really means is that, I'm not talking about inside trading or anything like that. I'm talking about, you know, knowing the reason why, you know, money's injected in certain areas of the market and seeing the market fly to the sky or seeing it jump down low, whatever the case is. You have to understand who's that driving force. It's not retail traders, you know, and it's our goal to be able to figure out areas within the market that where we see the market move away from certain areas pretty quick and coming back to them. Being able to understand what's taking place there. You know, things are going on behind the closed doors or the curtains. And, you know, that's the banks and institutions really trying to fill orders pretty quick. And they're trying to achieve a goal. And a lot of times it's like you see the market, you may get into a trade, it comes back. I talk about this, say comes back and it almost hits the area where you got into a trade at. They know where people putting their taking entries at. They know where they're putting their stops at. So you have to play the game accordingly and study it like you studying for you know, a course or taking notes. You have to take mental notes. On a daily basis, I'm always reviewing and going back, looking over my trade entries, looking and back testing my strategy, looking at certain areas where I took trades from to see, did they try to come back and would they have stopped me out right there? You know, and a lot of times you see price move, come back to that area, tick to tick. That's why I always recommend, don't put your stop loss right there, tick to tick, whatever the case is. You know, you have to be able to study and study. Studying is a part of trading that will never go away. You will have to do that on a daily, okay? I even do it on the weekends. You know, I'm back testing and reviewing my charts. It's you have to put in time. You have to do your homework if you want to continue to be successful, okay? You just can't think you learn how to trade. Oh, I know it now. And just think you can go into the market each and every day and make money that way. No, you got to continuously do homework, okay? And so the last thing I want to talk about is developing a trading plan, which includes a profitable, you know, strategy, because you have to have a routine regimen, okay? And you need to stick by it. You know, it should be like your Bible. It should be like you know, a manual for you each and every day that you adhere to that allows you to steer the course. You know, it's a step-by-step guide for me. I look at it and I sit there and okay, you know, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, you know, looking at the different things on there. Even when I'm getting ready to take a trade and I say, okay, you know, the price hasn't quite done this yet. I eliminate the risk, you know, even though it's that small piece or something on the inside of me, like trying to force me to take a trade. You know, I stand down because I tell myself, I look at my trading plan and I say, price is not, it's part of my trading plan. This has to happen for me to execute a trade or get into a trade. If it didn't happen, I'm going, you know, then I'm not going to take a trade or whatever the case is. If I do it, then I'm going against the grain. I'm going against my trading plan, okay? But having a strategy is where you become profitable at, and you have to have a solid strategy. No one can trade without a solid strategy. When I first started trading, I was, you know, just like most of you guys probably watching this who are new traders, whatever the case is, or maybe you're experienced traders that probably can relate. I watched everything under the sun, you know. I used so many different strategies that I saw on videos that people were presenting as great strategies that where you can become very profitable trading, whatever the case is. I tried EMA crossovers, trend line breaks, SMA crossovers, just various different things. A lot of them included indicators, waiting for certain. It was more so looking at waiting for indicators to guide me into a trade versus actually following price action. That's why I say from the beginning that this is where things change for me, because I knew at that point it wasn't working. I was in my second year, I was profitable, making money, but I was, not consistently every single day in the green, right? Right. And I always say that you must be green on a daily and don't be in the red. A green day is a good day. All right. You don't want to be in the red. Is it possible? Yes. People believe that oh, you're going to have some red days or whatever the case is. No, I don't believe that. You should always have a green day. Like I said, I'm not saying that you will not have a losing trade. The goal is to being able to, or you may ask this, well, how do you perfect having a green day? The way to perfect having a green day is to minimize your losses. Minimize and knowing exactly where to get out if you get into a trade and it comes back against you. You guys see me, the market's trying to start shaking and baking. What do? I jump out. If the market is not moving quickly enough in my direction once I'm into a trade, I'm out the trade. Okay, I don't allow it to sit there and come back against me too much before jumping out. Yeah, sometimes you see me trading. I take on that additional risk, but I'm looking at what's either below me or above me, and knowing that price still, if it comes to a certain area, it's still going to reject that area and go in my favor, whatever the case is. So yeah, sometimes I have a tendency to stay in a trade maybe a little longer than I should, but needless to say, not in one instance has it stopped me out. Meaning, come back and fully hit my stop or the area where I know I need to jump out the trade. And that's always, like I said, people always ask, well, where's that at? A supporting swing. If I'm getting in the 12 on a 12 range chart and trading directly off of that, normally it's at the back end of a candle from what I ended my trade at. Price may come back. If it closes below that candle, meaning it closes below that candle, then that was a full stop for me. Okay, so I know where to get out at. I know what the market is doing. And that's one thing you need to know before you get to a trade is what is it trying to accomplish, and knowing if you have enough room, is support or resistance above or below you, whatever the case is, and knowing where you should need to take profit at and where you need to exit. If you place in a hard stop or have a mental stop, whatever the case is. My finger is always on the trigger. The moment price is not moving in my direction quick enough, I'm out. And I wait for the price to set itself up to, make its move, and then I may re-enter the trade. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. That's those pieces or little tidbits of advice that I want to give to you individuals that may be watching this that are interested in getting started and taking that leap of faith to trading, full time. To make an income from this. So it's definitely possible. You just have to put your whole heart into it and allow that little bit of that interest turn into, or that idea that turned to some interest turn into passion and fuel you. Okay, so that's all I have to show you guys. If you're interested in joining our Discord, let me show you our Discord community. People always ask about it. We have a solid Discord community, and we have traders that are currently the market is open now, so people are posting levels and zones of interest. We share our trade entries. So here it is right here. I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you right quick. We have the trading floor and then the general chat. The trading floor is purely for if you're a futures trader and you want to join and take part in the trading floor. This is where we as traders come together and we share our our levels. We share our zones. We share our trade entries. So it's a great way for people to learn just as well, because you can actually grasp an understanding just by watching other people post certain zones on there. Saying, okay, you may question yourself why they're taking a trade from there. Well, I trade supply and demand, and not to say everybody on here trades supply and demand, but it's a way of learning us, also. But if you really want to learn, in a sense, I'm not gonna say learn because I'm not an educator, guys. I'm not a mentor. I'm not a teacher. But people, a lot of traders have signed up for the YouTube tier membership program that I have set up. There's 2 tiers. If you're interested in getting more information about it, click on the join button on the home page or the join button on any video page. And there's 2 tiers. Most everyone who signed up for one of the tiers has signed up for the exclusive, the elite member tier, the elite channel members tier, and the reason being is because you get the exclusive video content which is not made public, and that is the trade breakdowns. So I actually walk you through my trades. You get the inside scoop, the full breakdown of why I took the trade at a certain area, and I walk you up to, before I even take the trade, I'll walk you up through my thought process of what led me to take that trade when price came back to that zone. So you get the full trade breakdowns, and that has helped a lot of people. I'm finding because tons of traders are commenting, thanking me, they're putting it on Discord. So, but anyways, I mean, yeah, that's out there if you're interested in joining one of the YouTube membership tiers. Again, just click on the join button on the YouTube channel homepage, and it's for a price of a cup of coffee a month, guys. $6.99 a month, and you get the full trade breakdowns when I post them. I don't post them every day, but there are plenty of breakdowns on there now because there's a catalog now on a weekly basis where I've been posting and making those videos. So if you're interested in joining for $6.99 a month and get the trade breakdowns, as well as you get member shout outs. That's another, where I shout you out in the videos and on Discord for all new people who join. Okay. So outside of that, that's all I have for you guys today. I need to get rock and roll and jump over to the Discord community and engage with our people or our traders over in the Discord. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. If you're trading, please be safe.